everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we created a really beautiful pinky purpley smoky eye, which is perfect for the spring on my beautiful model Kelsey. If you guys like the look and want to know how to get it, then keep on watching. So we've already primed our eyes using the Smashbox 24-hour primer and set it with a light color, and now to go in with the first color. So I first set it with this color, and now I'm going to go in with this color. So I'm using very light strokes, and I'm just using slight circular motions and building up as I go up. Less and less product is being used, and it just gives it that blended appearance. I'm going to bring that same color down to the bottom of the lash line. I'm going to have her look up. I'm using a pencil brush. This one is by Elsie Cosmetics. And I want to get really close to the lash line and then blend it out. I'm going to go back with that initial brush that I used, which is a BH Cosmetics number 11 brush, and I'm just going to soften that. To further deepen the crease, we're going to go in with a slightly darker color. Try not to go above the crease too much, because we're going to go back and blend that later. I'm trying to focus right now only on the crease. And if you get some on the lid, don't worry. I'm going to slightly wing it out. I'm going back with that initial brush, which is pretty clean at this point, and I'm just going to buff that into the transition color. Using that same color and that initial brush, I'm going to go below and just go closer to her lash line. And what I'm doing is literally tapping the color into her skin. Go back with that initial brush and soften it again. We're now going to go in and warm up her crease using the Huda Beauty Warm Brown Obsessions Palette. So I'm using the Morphe M514 brush just to warm up that crease a little bit and basically morph the two colors together. Taking that same color using this Smashbox pencil brush, I'm going to take that below as well. Just come right below that initial color. So you may need to go back with a darker color, because as you're blending, sometimes it just goes over that and you just need to reinforce the color. So I'm going to go back with the initial dark color that I used on the crease and blend that again close to the lash line. And then you could just go back and just softly blend the colors again together. Now we're going to make the lid pop by adding some shimmer. You can blend this with your fingertips just to blend it out. So to get more of a pop, I like using that same color right at the center of her lid using my fingertips. So we're going to go in and clean that, and I like using a moisturizer with a sponge. And not only am I now cleaning that up, but I'm also moisturizing her at the same time. It may look like there's a sharp line, but once we apply the foundation and the concealer and buff them together, it'll soften it up. To emphasize her eyes, I'm going to be using a black cream base and then go back and smudge it with a brush. So I'm trying to stay as close to her lash line as possible using an angled MAC brush, but you can use any thin angled brush. Using a small pencil brush, I'm going to dip into that black and smudge the liner. So this black is from the Huda Beauty Obsessions Palette. And I'm lightly just softening that line. I'm going to softly extend that line. Next, we're going to be curling her lashes and applying the Huda Beauty Faux Mink Jade number 13 lashes. And now we're gonna jump into the skin routine. We're gonna come back, but if you wanna see a more detailed version of how I do the skin, you can check out the Madison Beer red carpet tutorial. So I'm priming the skin using a pore minimizing primer by Smashbox Cosmetics. For her concealer and highlight, we're going to use the Total Coverage Concealer by BH Cosmetics, and this one is in the shade 105. So for her contour, I'm going to be using this concealer by Pure Cosmetics, and this is in the shade Dark. I'm going to dip my brush in there, take some of that product out. What this is going to do is help me to blend it later a lot easier than if I were to have like a dark streak on her face. Setting her face with the Cover FX translucent powder. I'm using an LC Cosmetics F8 brush for this. And I like to go over it a couple times just to really marry the powder into the skin with the foundation. I'm going to go in with her powder bronzer from the Balm Cosmetics, and this one's in the shade Oscar. I'm going to be using this BH Cosmetics number 16 brush. Whatever's left on the brush, I use under the chin. I'm going to use the same shade to give her nose a little bit of dimension. So not necessarily making her nose thinner, just giving it dimension. And I'm focusing on the areas where I need to kind of contour or make it thinner, which is right here, towards the middle of the bridge of the nose. Now I'm going in with a slightly darker bronzer. This one's in the color Tony, again from the Balm Cosmetics. This is going to further deepen her contour. I'm going to keep the contour color a little bit closer to her ears and the perimeters of her face. So for blush, I'm going to use this Tom Ford blush in the color Frantic Pink. I'm going to place that right at the apples of her cheeks. So now for all her highlighter, I'm going to be first using the liquid form of the Mary Luminizer from the Balm Cosmetics. Then I'll be setting it with the Mary Luminizer, which is the highlighter in powder form. I like to place a little bit of the product in the back of my hand and then warm it up with my finger and apply it to where the light's going to hit. You want to make sure to blend the edges so that there's no harsh lines. I'm going to use that same cream highlighter using a small synthetic brush and apply it to the corners, the inner corners of her eyes, to bring some light there. I'm now applying the powder using this BH Cosmetics brush. I believe this is from the Ray Ray collection. It's my Ray Ray number 4. I like to apply a little bit just to a very natural glow to the bridge and the nose. If you need a little bit of emphasis on the lips, just to make it appear slightly bigger, you can put that on the, just at the Cupid's bow. So we're going to be using the iconic London brow cushion for her brows. This comes with a brush, but I'm going to use my own brush. The shade that I'm using for her is the color Fair. I'm going to use the lighter color on the inside and then go a little bit darker on the outside just to give it more of a natural look. And I like this brow cushion because it's almost like, it looks very natural. Doesn't look too heavy, doesn't look too thick, but it is waterproof and water resistant, so it'll stay on through sweating just all day. For the rest of her brows, I'm going to be using the lighter version of the medium shade. I'm going to highlight her brow bone using that same Mary Luminizer highlighter. I'm going to now apply her mascara using the Lancome Hypnose Drama mascara. And this is going to marry her lashes to the falsies. And all I'm doing is really just going into the root of it without really applying mascara to the ends of the falsies. I'm going to be using a little fan brush for the bottom. This helps me get really close to the root of her bottom lashes. So for her lips, I'm going to line them initially with this Lancome lip liner in the shade Sheer Raspberry. I'm going to top it off with this gloss by Dose of Colors in the shade Can You Not. And I like to lightly fill that in as well. Using the brush that comes behind it, comes with it, to just blend that out and soften the line. And then top it with the lip gloss Can You Not. This is actually a really pretty nude color for most skin tones. Beautiful with smoky eyes. I'm going to set her makeup with Pixie's Skin Treats, and this one's the Makeup Fixing Mist. I'm gonna hold it up. Well, that's it. That's the final look. Thank you so much, Kelsey, for being my beautiful model. I hope you guys enjoyed watching it as much as I enjoyed creating this look for you guys. Comment below on what you'd like to see next, and don't forget to subscribe. We'll see you guys next time. Bye.